The next one is talking about how investors decide, but this is more how I decide, or some of the things I've learned. So previously, I used to give a lot of importance to polish. So if a founder, maybe this is a Singaporean upbringing in me. So if a founder spoke with a very posh accent, I'll be like, oh, this guy knows a lot better. This guy will do a great job. Versus someone who didn't have that. Someone who comes across very well dressed, has a great deck. So I used to fall in my early days of angel investing. I did fall to the polish, but very quickly on, I realized that polish wasn't all that it seemed. So what I've started looking at is I've started looking at founders who have a very strong why. So the reason why I invested in Arifin and the online pharmacy business that he was building, when you listen to his story, he is building to solve a problem that he has suffered from or he has encountered personally. So he has a very strong founder story and a very strong why to what he's building. So now when I invest or when I listen to pitches, I try and see what is the why. And if it's a very strong why, it makes me a lot more compelled to want to invest. The other thing for myself is I invest in what I understand. So few years ago, there was this entire crypto wave. Everyone was talking blockchain, everything, Web3, everything. There were a lot of such startups, but I just couldn't understand what they were building. I couldn't understand what's going on. There's a lot of hype, but I set away. So for me, I invest in what I understand. I think quite a number of the investors that I speak to, they also only invest in what they understand. And which is why if they can't understand what you're doing, what the impact is going to be, how is that going to translate into business value, they will struggle to then write that check to you. So you need to make sure that what you're building is understandable and is understandable to the person whom you want the check from. So in terms of a scorecard, so I would say you need a strong why. You need to have some earned insight. So when I speak about Arifin again, Arifin, before he built his MedEasy, he ran Facebook ads for some of the pharmaceutical products they were selling. He went physically himself to deliver those products, and then he will ask the customer questions on why they bought that particular pharmaceutical product from the Facebook ad. So he had some insights that he had learned himself on his own, plus from his whole experience for his mom and his dad who were unwell and how he had to struggle to get the right medicine, the original medicine, and all the hours he spent at the pharmacy. He knew things that most people wouldn't know. The other thing I look out for is there real demand? Instead of you having to push to acquire customers, are the customers naturally being pulled to what you have to offer? Instead of looking at polish now, I look at resourcefulness, whether or not the founder is resourceful. This number six, some founders I've met over the years, some of them, when you try and give them some advice or some suggestions, they will make it seem that they know everything, that your advice is not relevant. So I feel you need to be coachable. Of course, you need to be also selective in terms of what is given to you, but being coachable, having a learner's mindset is important. Having an open mindset is important. And the other thing I ask myself is, do I want to receive this person's regular updates? So this is some of the takeaways.